Hey, what it do? It's your boy Supreme with Chiha the God, I am back. You know what I'm saying? I'm back with a motherfucking vengeance and I'm lit with these shits. Now, man, 269, chapter 269 of, you already know, you read the motherfucking title, you read this shit. Lookism. We got VIN. Big boy, beast boy, strong boy, the boy that used to bully Juke. You know what I'm saying? The guy that, the ideology is very important here between VIN, you know, that's one corner, and against the more superhero, the hero savior vibes of Vasco. So it's basically an anti-hero versus a hero. You know what I'm saying? I think VIN is kind of the anti-hero because not completely villain, but how he goes about his actions or what he does for the quote-unquote good outcome is negative. You know what I'm saying? He basically, it's like killing a motherfucker to save a motherfucker type shit. He's different. He's like a punisher. You know, he'll punish your ass, bleed your ass for this shit. You know what I'm saying? So what's interesting about the two thing is, when they ask him about Juke, they talk about Juke, he says Juke owes him. Because he feels that without him bullying Juke, you know, Juke might just not be successful. He needed to toughen up, and he felt like his duty in life is to toughen these weaklings up, because he's so powerful. He just doesn't understand. It doesn't make any sense to him how somebody can be so fucking useless. How can somebody be so weak? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't add up. He's motherfucking VIN. You know what he had to do to become the boss of his town, bro? You know what he had to do to become the boss of his motherfucking town, bro? This dude had to wrestle on broken glass with chains on him. Chains, my nigga. To be the boss of Chong Liang, this motherfucker had to survive fighting on broken glass with chains around him and the opponent so nobody can run. That's animalistic. That's some prison yard shit. This is what this man is used to. This is what he's accustomed to on a regular basis. So for him, somebody like a Juke who's just weak is disgusting. It's despicable to him. He couldn't deal with that shit. You know, and we all found out that he's actually a big, massive Duke fan in secret. Like his biggest fan. But because he bullied them, he can't show it like the little bitch is. But we love VIN, bro. I like VIN. I don't know, I like VIN. Then we got Vasco, bro. The straight edge arrow, man. I mean, a little bit too straight arrow, man. God damn, motherfucker needs to compromise sometimes. But this straight edge arrow, he just does not believe in beating the weak. Because that's what starts this whole fight. VIN is beating the living shit out of this weakling because he needs information about that Mary Kim photo. He wants that Mary Kim photo. Because Mary Kim's gonna kill him otherwise. And that's the only motherfucker he's willing to be afraid of. Maybe because he likes her, I don't know, or whatever, or maybe because she's just stronger than him, but he's willing to be afraid of her. That's the only person he's willing to like bow to. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else can get it. Minus Mary Kim. So that's where the battle, the conflict begins from. You know what I'm saying? Stems from. And we really see these motherfuckers like start juking it out. Like they're really juking it out, kung fu chopping it. And bro, like Vasco is strength. When you see power in the dictionary, when you see strength in the dictionary, when you see Hercules in the motherfucking dictionary, you see the name Vasco, nigga. This nigga gets up from an armbar, nigga, like an armbar with one arm. Just what? Power! You know what I'm saying? This is the type of shit, the type of vibes, the type of energy that my boy Vasco has. It is immaculate. It is incredible. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, you see that Vasco just survives everything VIN throws at him. Yeah, you fought in glass, but I don't mean shit to a superhero like me. I'm a fucking Mr. Incredibles. You know what I'm saying? And he really proves that shit, and it's amazing, bro. It's amazing. And then he gives him that final punch like power! And I don't think that's the end of the fight. I don't think that's the end of the fight at all. You know what I'm saying? I think that's just, you know, it's a battle of ideologies more than anything. And obviously, Jin is feeling very, very good about himself right now. Because Chase Park, for some reason, just ain't around. So his plan is going to perfection. He orchestrated this shit. Well, I don't know how he orchestrated the VIN and Jace one, to be honest. Sorry, the VIN and And Vasco one, it kind of don't make sense how he could plan that. No, it actually doesn't make sense how he can plan that. The only one he could plan for is the Zach and Daniel one. That's the only plan that makes sense. The other ones just doesn't add up. How can you predict any of that? The Logan, Logan and blah 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 blah. What's his and J one also doesn't make sense at all. If you think about it, like how can you predict that Logan is gonna steal the motorbike? How can you predict that they're even gonna be at the same place? How can you predict the same with Vin and Vasco? What if it, you know what I mean? It just doesn't add up to me. That just doesn't make any sense. But hey, that's Jin's plan somehow. Now Jace isn't there for some goddamn reason, but I feel like he's probably racking his brain somewhere trying to figure this insanely unrealistic and unbelievable plan out. But I suppose we'll have to see. Yeah, it's kind of not super well written. I think some of this stuff got a bit too convoluted for the writer. Maybe that's my little 2 cents of criticism. I think some of it's getting a little bit too convoluted. Like this whole detective thing that he kept going with is a bit. I don't know. I've never been a fan of it. But hopefully Jace figures it out. I'm definitely not a fan of this plan. I think if he just planned for the leaders, Zach and Daniel, to have the conflict, that would make sense to me. But him planning everything just doesn't make sense to me at all. But yeah, that's kind of the caveat about this whole scenario. Now, I do like Zach's stance on this, believing the girl who said she got raped, even though she's the girl that cried wolf. But, look, it seemed real. It seems legit. He had to do it. Now, Daniel, again, he has his own personality traits. You know how he treated his mama like shit. So he's extremely against anybody treating their parents like shit. And we haven't seen his mom in a long time now, actually. But yeah, so it makes sense that though conflict happens and how it happens, you know what I mean? Because he planted that idea from the school. Hopefully explain how he planned the other ones. Maybe I'm just, wrong and that he actually planned it properly and it makes sense. But so far, the only one that makes sense for me is Zach and Daniel's fight. But what I do like in this chapter is, because remember, they fought before, Zach and Daniel, and it seemed as if Zach lost after one punch. But I never really believed that. I just felt like the fight got stopped after one punch, but the fight didn't end after one punch, you know what I'm saying? And he's been working out again. He's not completely unfit anymore. So Daniel thinks, bro, I dropped him in one punch. I'm stronger now. I will drop him again in one punch. And we know this man has monstrous power. Tries that shit on my boy Zach. My boy Zach stands there and looks at him like, you do not know who the fuck you messing with right now. So I'm interested to see. I don't think anyone is going to be a winner. I think we're going to have like draws. And then maybe Jace or something will happen to snap them out of it and let them figure out how they're being used. So hopefully we see that next chapter, man. I did enjoy this chapter a lot because finally the kung fu chopping again. And I'm looking forward to the next chapter to see the conclusion of the Vasco and Vin fight, because again I do think that Vin is not out for the count 100%. I feel like he got this power, you know what I'm saying? So let's see. It's been your boy Super Mature God. If you like, leave a comment below. What's your thoughts on this chapter? Sorry for taking so long. Traveling, man, got me like a motherfucker. But yeah, hopefully I don't even want to make promises anymore because I suck at keeping them. But yeah, it's been your boy Super Mature God. I'm out.